Actually, I am introducing these folks. So I am going to invite now my colleagues from the tech team here, Yu-Ning Lu and Jenna Nelson. They are both application specialists here at Blue Marble, very smart ladies. And they're going to share with us some knowledge about how to use Global Mapper Mobile for field data collection, cost estimates, and presentation. So welcome, Jenna and Yu-Ning. Please take it away. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. And I actually just realized I think I'm sharing my wrong screen. Let me do that one more time. Screen monitor one, here we go. All
Voila.
right, so there we go. All right, so thank you. I'm Jenna. I'm excited to show you some features in Global Mapper Mobile, and I'm very excited and glad to have the help of my colleague Yu-Ning, who's also with us. Um, If you're not aware, Global Mapper Mobile is a companion app for Android or Apple phones and tablets that can be downloaded from the Android Google Play Store or the Apple iOS Store. The Global Mapper Mobile app is a free app that you can try out, but there's also a pro subscription that unlocks a lot of really great features, some of which Yu-Ning and I are going to show you today. And yeah, it's really just meant to be a companion app with the Global Mapper desktop software. We're going to take you through a couple different scenarios involving field data collection and generating cost estimates based on measurements that you take in the field and how you can present that data to your clients. All right, so our scenario is going to be particularly applicable to those of you in construction or inspections or repair type of work. Our particular scenario, we went out in the field and we were recording some features as points, lines, or area features. For example, we collected cracks in the pavement and we're looking at needing to generate cost of repair estimates for those pavement cracks based on the length of the cracks. So the idea here is that within Global Mapper software or the suite of software that we have, you can collect those coordinates, have the measurements of those features, and create the cost estimate all within our software. So we hope that's a great time saver to those of you out there who are doing this type of work. So as we go through our particular scenario, you can be thinking about how this applies to your line of work. All right, so our workflow has 4 main components. I'll be taking you through a little bit of setup that you need to do in Global Mapper Desktop that makes your life easier when you then go out into the field and start recording data. Then I'll go through the data collection process with Global Mapper Mobile Pro. Yu-Ning and I went out and simulated this process of collecting cracks or area features in our property just to have these example features that we can then generate cost estimates for either installing new features or repairing existing features. So Yu-Ning will take you through that repair cost estimation in Global Mapper Desktop with the attribute calculator and talk to you about how you can share that data. All right, let's get into it. So starting with the setup in Global Mapper Desktop, basically any data that you want to bring into Global Mapper Mobile, you can easily export as a Global Mapper Mobile package file in Global Mapper Desktop. And actually, I was really excited to see the previous presenter, Brett, mentioned that, and he briefly showed how easy that was. So in our example, I have a base map that I wanted to have just of the property, and I just got this from the free online data tool that we have here in Global Mapper. Another thing is if you would like to use any coordinate system or projection that's available in Global Mapper Desktop, you can set that up here, and that information will also be in the package file so that that will be all ready to use in Global Mapper Mobile. So that's a question we get a lot. It's easiest to probably set that up in Global Mapper Desktop, though there also is a possibility of changing to supported projections within the mobile app. The third thing I want to mention is the idea of creating and using custom feature templates. And this can be a big time saver and big help to staying organized when you're collecting the field data. So these feature templates are really just templates for you to use when you are recording features and you want to make sure to also have other information about the features besides just the coordinates, right? You typically you want your coordinates, but you also want to have other information. I'll take you through an example of that. So feature templates can be set up in Global Mapper configuration, and this area will probably be empty if you've never made any before. Again, the idea is for you to create them and customize them to whatever particular data is important for you. And you can make as many as you need for whatever different types of features you're collecting. So for example, I'll take you through adding a line feature template. So to add a line feature template, we can give it a name and description. We can choose a symbology if we want to display on the screen. And we can, most importantly, decide what attributes will be built into, whoops, let me bring that back up, what attributes will be automatically available to you to enter in information. So for example, we added a type attribute, and here we wanted to know for, when we're recording these cracks, was this a crack in the pavement? Was it a crack in the sidewalk? Was it something else? This, again, this is really dependent on your data and your situation. Maybe there's a material type that you want to have in here. We can set these up to have these pre-populated values so that when the user's out in the field, they can literally just tap one of these and to select it. And you can require the input too. So this right here means that the input's required. The person in the field can't save the feature without entering this information. So it's really helpful for making sure you get all the information that you need. All right. And then the final step is to export the Global Mapper Mobile package file, and it will have all of the data from the workspace, the projection, and the feature templates if you added them as a layer within the workspace. I'll mention here that an easy way to share the data to your mobile device is with the mobile data management tool, which allows you to connect to any mobile devices that are on the same network as your computer. So it's very easy to connect there and just drop the package file in to share it to device. All right, switching gears and moving over to Global Mapper Mobile itself. First step, obviously, load the Global Mapper Mobile package file and open that map. Again, there's some other options for bringing in the file, such as just emailing it or having it in a shared drive. And now that you have that loaded in, it is time for actual data collection in the mobile device. So at this point, we've got some data loaded up, and I have a little video to simulate going through that process when Yu-Ning and I went out and collected data. Let me go ahead and start that. So the data is, whoops, I don't know. I have clicked and gone ahead of myself. Here we go. This is the video. All right, so the data's loaded in. You can see we have these layers for, this is from our feature templates. So we're ready to start collecting those features. But first, we are going to set up RTK corrections, which I think Brett also mentioned earlier. So this is what that looks like if you want to use our Ntrip client to set up those corrections. Again, we're using an external GNSS device to try to get really high accuracy data, which is going to be important if you want accurate measurements that you're going to then generate your cost estimates based on. So RTK is set up, and now we're going to connect to an external device. We have an RX, and we're connecting over Bluetooth. After that connects, you'll see at the bottom of the screen, we have some information about our current accuracy. We can see the network RTK is running. We have an RTK fix. We are ready to start taking some shots and recording some features. In order to record features in Global Mapper Mobile, you're going to use basically the mobile version of the digitizer. You can see near the bottom of the screen here, the familiar pencil icon and the ability to create points, lines, or area features. We'll demonstrate first just recording a point feature with the GPS tap option. So we have the GPS running, and we have the digitizer menu open. So now in the point features, we select GPS tap, and it will record points, the point that we are at or that our device is at this moment. So I tap on the screen, and that point gets recorded. And here you can see also included are some attributes from the GPS. So we have some different information about precision and other things as well. And we get prompted for any required attributes. So this one, we are taking a light inventory, and we just added whether or not that was a post or an in-ground light. And you can see a little light bulb icon now on our map where that point feature was saved. All right, so now what about collecting some other features? I'll take you through collecting an area feature. I have a little bit of a sped up video so you don't have to sit here while we walk around. We're gonna move very quickly on the screen. Basically now GPS tap records individual vertices. So as we round the corner here, you'll see the area start to take shape. And when we decide to close the feature, then we get prompted again with adding any required attributes that we set up in the feature template. So very easy to record different features. Line features works in a very similar way. Again, we're just recording vertices every time that we tap on the screen. So as we move throughout the parking lot here, we're able to record cracks in the pavement. I should mention that really all of our cracks have been repaired already, but for the purposes of this exercise, we were able to record those features. I'm going to switch over to Yu-Ning now, who will take you through a couple other collection options and then how to then do the cost estimates. So Yu-Ning, take it away.
You're muted, Yu-Ning.
Yeah, thank you, Jenna, for such a comprehensive introduction about Global Mapper Mobile and talking about our project of this repair cost estimation and representation. Here, I'm going to just to make sure if you have my slides showing up correctly. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm going to talk about more data collection core functionality in our application. Then I will be going through a live demo on the desktop for some advanced cost estimation. Yeah, so besides recording the feature manually tapping on the screen that Jenna shows us in the video, there's also GPS auto recording functions, either recording in each time interval or distance interval. Right. So as you can see, there are GPS auto distance or time options. We may set up intervals in meters or in seconds in the application configuration. Here I set every 10 seconds. So the crack will be recorded as a line feature made up of vertices automatically generated every 10 seconds. It could be a pretty efficient way for recording in the field. No tapping needed on the screen. So we just have to keep a stable pace while the GPS auto recording mode is on. So as you can see in the video, there's where I was, and I can start to make a new line crack features, edit and tag some attribute, the value that we previously saved in the template layer, and that's the new cracks are auto generated for us. So pretty easy peasy. The last quote functionality we would like to introduce is about attaching media. So for each individual feature or object, we can attach videos, image, or audios, or just plain notes along the feature. So as you can see, while I am on the edit feature dialog, on the bottom right side, there's a button called Add View Attach Image to allow collectors to add either image or videos by taking in real time or add from the gallery on your phone device. So as you can see, let's move on to the back. There's a auto pop-up image underscore link to as an attribute. That's meaning that the attachment has been attached to your feature, collected feature. Okay, so now we are done in the field properly and ready to bring all the data to the desktop for further processing. What we need to do first is to save the map as compatible formats. We can use Global Mapper mobile package format, which is designed specifically for easy data transmission, like reading and writing between our application, mobile application, and Global Mapper desktop version. So all of the attachment, like the image we just took for some cracks, will be also stored in the same package file. So looking at the screenshot, we first save the map here to file, and then to export map file. Multiple options to export. We can choose like upload it to your cloud storage, or just share with share to the desktop when it is nearby if they are connecting to the same networks, like Jenna mentioned previously within the data mobile management tool in the desktop, and also just send via email. So pretty easy. All right, so then we will bring the package file from our app to the my desktop and load it in. This part I will be run live on the on my Global Mapper desktop for measuring the cracks and estimating the repair cost based on their attribute. Essentially, I will be looking at the area measurement and the unit price. So as you can see, the reference image from I just grabbed that from online for reference on that shows the estimated unit price for crack fix in different materials. I took the min value as example. So for example, in this in our project, the cracks has either sidewalk or pavement. The cracks on the pavement are asphalt, so the unit price I chose 6.5 in the formula I will use in the following demo. And for the cracks on the sidewalk should be concrete made, so I use 9.5 as the unit price in the formula. Okay, so let's move on to our Global Mapper program. Imagine that I have already load this package file we collect and just drag it, throw it to the desktop. So pretty easy. Okay, so as you can see here, we have some reference map, some word imagery to show that approximately the object location, refer to our Hallowell office building. And then we have also some cracks as line feature. We are going to estimate the cost of it, and the light used for further inventory in other project possibly. And also we also collect some sidewalk, which is the might be the future extension estimation. So it could be it was collected as area feature in the same package file. For this demo, we are going to only focus on the crack estimation. So just as an example, so I will turn some unnecessary reference map or the layers off at the moment. Okay, so looking at the, we can check the info about each crack by using the feature info tool quickly. That shows, for example, if it is containing the attachment image, it will pop up the external image viewer. So for example, I can have it automatically pop up to your reference, or I can just click OK to show all the associated attribute collected within our Global Mapper mobile app. So you can see another one. There's no image attached, so just directly show the info about the feature. It's made out of it's pavement made out of asphalt, so I will be going to use that. But as you might notice, the unit price I collect is measured by material per square feet. So I'm going to do some buffer operation to create some area from my crack lines. So what I will do, I just select the crack layer, select all, then I will run the buffer tool. Then I'll set up the area buffer to include the width of my crack. So after measurement, it's about like a 0.02 in feet in radius. So that's why I set the fixed distance of 0.021 feet in feet US survey, and that just name it like areas, crack areas. So now, as you can see, if you zooming in a little bit, for example, this one, you can see there's a small, like the buffer area that is ready for calculation. All right. So now I will leave it unchecked for the crack layer. I will only focus on the new crack area and open its attribute. Let's stop here. And as you can see, the calculated area is now currently set in square kilometers, which I can easily switch that by going to our global, change some global setting to measure general measure units and change to square feet. Then the last thing I will do is to select again, oh my correct, to update my measurements of selected features under the analysis measurement menu. So it's a sum up. So now I'm going to utilize this of the attribute to calculate my estimation cost. So I have now the enclosed area, nice, and the type of the site, type of the crack. So I'm going to make a new attribute. So I just click the attribute calculator setup, and then it estimate in US dollars. Here I'm going to grab my formula. All right. So either way, in the previous speaker, they used the symbol calculation. It's just for very simple, like a plus, subtract, multiple. But for now, I'm going to use a bit complicated, the if condition statement. So which means for the sidewalk, if the sidewalk type is equals to sidewalk, so I'm going to use the 9.5 as unit price times the area, which area measurement is. Else, for the other feature, which is concrete made, I will going to be times 6.5. And then I think after that, I'm all set with my formula. So 6 feature samples have been now calculated, and the new pop-up, the new attribute are now generated. So and stored exactly in the same buffer crack. So it's just really used for like can send to the clients, or just for measurement, or to do some reports based on this estimation. So it's really convenient if you are going to send back to the client with the same package file through the desktop. You can just open whichever select the appropriate layers, and you just go to the file to export a new global mapper mobile file. So let's get back to the last slide of our last slide of the presentation. So it's about data sharing. We can see the graphic that shows a pretty neat system cycle with working with data transmission stuff between the app, the desktop product, and your own storage location. So remember my final package file data I stored in GMMP format. I can send into the mobile app again. So for imagine like client can download the app on the device from either Apple Store or Google Store. It's completely free to just open the package file for doing things such as validating the collected objects, or just edit it, or recording more objects through the app, or just for data viewing. So really a pretty handy tool to help communicate between you and your clients or anyone else, surveyors, engineers. So to recap, our mobile application is a quite powerful iOS and Android application for collecting and viewing GIS data. In this presentation, we first introduced utilizing the GPS capability to do feature recording with having GNSS device connected in the field, then bring the data back to the desktop for advanced calculation for estimating the repair cost at individual object levels. So I would say this app is really a perfect complement to the desktop product of global mapper. So for surveyors or anyone working in the remote fields. So I hope you enjoy our presentation, and please let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenna and Yu-Ning, for that awesome presentation. I'm sure that our Global Mapper mobile users will find it very informative. So we've got some questions coming in from the audience, and let me find that. First one that I have, I think you might have answered already, but are Trimble devices supported?
Yes, we allow connection to the Trimble Mobile Manager app so that we can get coordinates directly from their companion app into Global Mapper Mobile.
Awesome. And the other question that I'm finding is, can you edit or delete line or area vertices in the Global Mapper mobile app?
Yes, yeah, like I said, with even free version of the mobile application, you can edit or just edit the existing feature objects or drawing more objects just directly through your app.
Or delete.
Yeah, delete, edit, vertex base, object base, even through the app on your phone device.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for that. I think Jenna is going to be sticking with us, but Yu-Ning, thank you so
Great.
much.